Hello world, it's Barbie Lee, it's Shake Talk. Ah, what an amazing day it is. Don't you just love when you wake up and you go, I'm alive? Like, do you do that? Because I do that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got another day. It's very exciting. I'm a unique cookie though, y'all know that. So many people wake up and they start off with, oh, what do I have to do today? Or, oh, I have to go to work today. Or, I'm like, I get a whole other day. This is so exciting. So this is Shake Talk of, as always, by Isogetics, Isoline Chocolate Shake. I almost said chocolate mint. I haven't had chocolate mint since my birthday in April. Maybe when people come back to Mazatlan, I'll get them to bring me some chocolate mint shake. Because we don't get it here. We do get the horchata. That's a new seasonal flavor, so mine should be arriving today or tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. So in the meantime, my chocolate is going to have to do. Actually, what I do is 1 scoop of vanilla and 1 scoop of chocolate. I don't just, like my hair tickling me. Just give me a second, because it's going to bother me. All right, let's see if that's good. All right, so today's conversation is, what kind of conversations are you having? Right? And you're like, oh, Barbie Lee, I've been so isolated for so long, I'm not having conversations. Yes, you are. You're having conversations on social media. You're having conversations with yourself. You're having conversations with God, Spirit, Universe, whatever you want to call your higher power. If you do that, we have all kinds of conversations, but most importantly, the conversation that we're having with ourselves, right? So what kind of conversations are we having? So I love people. I'm a student of human nature. This is one of my hobbies, right? So I love social media for that reason. And so like a lady wrote a post this morning, right? She just put in this funny meme, right? And then I went looking through her posts, and like it was kind of joking, but I know her situation personally. And so it was a joking meme, but I really know that was what's going on in her world. And so I started looking back at her posts, and I'm like, wow. And I can start to see the pattern and, notice the conversations she was having on social media. And I reached out to her this morning, and I was like, hey, I think it's time. Oh, go away, Mr. Flyy Buzz. I'm like, hey, I think it's time you and I had a, like a conversation. Like, let's do a video chat or something. So I haven't heard back from her yet. So we'll see, because I just think she's kind of in this space where she needs to have a more uplifting and a more upbeat conversation. I could just tell by, and people post things that, you sometimes go, oh my God, that's so funny, but oh my God, it's so true, right? And then you have to ask, well, is that really what's going on in their world, right? Is that really, should I take notice, right? Do they need to have a conversation with me? So my question to you is, what kind of conversations are you having? And if you don't have a lot of people in your world right now, and they're all social media, go and look. You can actually, in Facebook, you can actually go and see an entire activity log, right? It's under your settings, and you can go find it, and it'll show you every post you liked, loved, commented on, you made, everything, okay? And you're like, what? Yeah, if you didn't know that, you should go take a look at it. It's quite funny. You can even download it and see everything you've done on Facebook, and you're like, what? You can. So that's a good place to start to see what kind of conversations you're having. And then sit down and kind of look around you and go, who are, the 5 people in my world, right? They always say that you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with most. So who are the 5 people you're hanging out with most? And then go, am I having good conversations with those people? Like, it's funny. I always tell people I have different pods of people, right? Because I take that to heart. You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around with most, right? So I don't really hang around with anybody most. Maybe, Dwayne and Taylor Ray, but that's, because they live with me and, my husband and whatever. But if I really look at the people that I have conversations with, it's a variety of people, right? And it's kind of shared equally. So I can't really say the most, right? So like I have one pickleball group, then I have my other pickleball group. Then I have my, let's say, my meetup group. Then I have my Isagenix, and really they'd probably be the people that I hang around with and talk about or talk with most would be my Isagenix people. My family. So I have these little, I used to have my karaoke group or my dancing group, and, but people when I went to the center group and, things like that. So I can segregate, I guess, my conversations, right? And then if I want to have this type of conversation, I call this person. If I want to have this particular conversation, I call this person, right? So I monitor the types of conversations I have because I don't want anybody living up here in my brain, right? I don't want people giving me thoughts to think that don't serve who I am and where I'm going, right? And that's the problem with a lot of conversations that people have is who's telling you what to think? Like, I saw a post yesterday or this morning, I don't know when, that, now some places in the United States, they're going door to door to give people the injections. I'm like, what the heck? Why aren't they going door to door giving out vitamins and minerals or free apples or something? Like, why are they, you have to ask yourself, and this is a good conversation to have with yourself, why do they need to go door to door? Like, seriously, are people that? You fill it in, right? That's the conversation to have. You know my position. Just say no to things that don't provide immunity to you. I like food. I like sunshine. I like meditation. I like exercise. These make my body immune to all the kind of crap that's going on out there. Just saying. So today I'm going to challenge you to kind of sit back and go, what kind of conversations am I having? What kind of conversations am I having? Because that's really important. Where am I speaking kindness into myself and into people and into others? One of these things that I do, and it's really hard for me here because I don't have enough vocabulary in Spanish, right? And like, I often always, but here in Mexico, like I'm learning, I'm getting better. But I used to say, oh my God, like you are so beautiful. Like if I just walked by somebody and I could say it and emphasize it and they really got that, something about them just really struck me. I can't do that here as much. I don't have the same, grasp of the language. So, I walk by somebody and here's the thing. There's so many beautiful dresses and like the quinceañeras and, with people are getting married or anything that just people just like, they love to dress up here, right? And the little kids are so cute. And I get out things like, oh, muy bonita. I get that, oh, how cute, That's it, that's what I got, So I'm working on my Spanish so that I can have better conversations with people here as well. So my question to you is, what kind of conversations are you having and are they serving you? And what if they weren't serving you and then you just stopped having that conversation and you just decided, why am I talking about this if it doesn't serve me or if it's not going to change the other person or my thinking, What if you just stopped having the conversations that didn't serve you? There's a beautiful Esther Hicks YouTube. And if you go searching, you just type in Hicks, Hicks, things are always working out for me. I love that, right? Anytime I'm getting kind of caught up in my head, pop on YouTube, I listen to that. And everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And if everything is always working out for me, what kind of things do I want to work out for me? And then it goes through, it's 13 minutes and 13 seconds, go figure, of just talking through just a regular day about things are always working out for me. I love having those conversations, right? Wednesday mornings, and I'm going to switch it because Wednesday mornings are now inconvenient for me, but this will be my last one, so I'm going to probably do it Wednesday evenings every 2 weeks or something. I do a talk, right? And I post it on my meetups and I call it Wellness Wednesday. And we have a 1-hour conversation of something about wellness, right? So we've talked about gardening, we've talked about meditation, we've talked about physical, mental and physical fitness, and how the physical, you need it for the mental. You can't just think yourself, strong. And I don't mean physically strong, I'm talking mentally strong. You can't just sit there and, you have to engage your body, whether it's moving your fingers, moving, like this just has to be something physical. Anyways, so we've had these different conversations, and I love having those conversations. And then once a month on a weekend, I do a topic called Conscious Conversations. And our question was, what is love, right? That was our question a couple weeks ago. And is there such a thing as unconditional love? And, and then we get people thinking and having these better conversations. So I'm going to challenge you. Really look at what kind of conversations are you having right now? And then ask yourself, is that conversation serving me, right? If it is, let's have more of those kind of conversations with people. Like, I love having conversations about, people moving forward and reaching their dreams, or working towards their dreams, or even having a dream, or, wonderful things that are going on in their world. And when they talk in joy and passion and excitement, I love having those conversations. And then the conversations that don't serve me, and I've said this to you guys before, but it's really worth repeating, is when somebody wants to start telling me something, I say things like, okay, hold on. Is that, am I part of this problem you want to discuss? And most of the time, especially lately, well, no, you're not part of the problem, I guess. It's the government, I say, great. Am I part of the solution? And they go, well, no, because, we need to vote a new government in. And I said, okay, then I don't want to be part of the conversation. And people are shocked that I don't want to be a part of a negative conversation, right? Because why would I want to be? Why would I want to sit there and talk about things I can't control? Now, if someone says to me, oh my God, like all of this is coming down, and let's talk about Bill C-10 in Canada, right? And if you're in Canada and you don't know what Bill C-10 is, shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm wagging my finger, shame on you. Go and look up Bill C-10 and you make sure it doesn't pass. So someone starts bitching and complaining about Bill C-10. I'm like, okay, wait, am I part of that problem? Well, you're a Canadian, great. Am I part of the solution? I don't know, is there a solution? I said, great, thank you for asking. Let's have that conversation. So I spoke to a lady yesterday, and I said, you need to get a little pot of people together, because this is where there's power, right? Posting crap on social media and tagging your MLA or something, they don't give a crap, right? But maybe get a pot of people today, or together, and you all pick a day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you call your MLA. And you do it, it'll take you 15 minutes. Because they don't answer their phones, by the way, just so you all know. Nobody's doing a damn thing. Oh, and now they're on summer recess, so now it'll be way easier. Start calling your members of parliament, your government representatives, and just say, my name is Barbie Lee Hemmings. I live at this address in this, jurisdiction, constituency, whatever you call it, in this neighborhood, and I demand that we say no to Bill C-10. Hang up the phone. Because if you don't leave your name and phone number and address, they won't listen to you, okay? Because they have to record, it's one of the public things, they have to record every call that comes in. You pick up the phone again, and you go, my name is Barbie Lee Hemmings, this is my address, I live like this, here's my phone number, and I demand that we reject Bill C-10 as a Canadian. Hang up the phone. And you keep doing that until their mailbox is full. And then the next day you get another friend to call. It'll take 10 or 15 minutes to fill up their mailbox, right? Their inbox. That's something you can do, and we can have a conversation about that. So a lady I spoke to yesterday, she goes, I could do that, right? I'm like, right? I said, we need to make sure our MLAs, our members in our government, that our elected officials actually do what we've elected them to do, which is listen to us. And it's not just, airy-fairy, do something out there. So those would be good conversations to have with people around you, Alberta now has opened up. What does that mean? Well, how about this? How about you go walking down your street, and I don't mean your residential street, like your local, like, you know, where you have little mom and pop shops and convenience stores and stuff like that, and notice how many stores are still open, how many restaurants are still open, and notice how many are closed. Walk into your little store if it's open and say, hey, you know, are you the owner? Are you the, you know, and sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. And then ask to have an appointment and a conversation with the owner and say, what can I do to help you rebuild in this time? I live in this community. I want you to survive. Like, wouldn't that be a great conversation to have? So do you see how you might not be part of the problem, but you can totally be part of the solution based on the conversations you're having? Life is so juicy and delicious, you guys. Go. Hey, Rody. Go today, have better conversations with people. Don't moan and groan and bitch and complain. Lift people up, lift yourself up, and have these better conversations with people. Have these conversations that go, like when you're done, you walk away. The lady I spoke to yesterday, one of the ladies I spoke to yesterday, she posts on LinkedIn, she goes, oh my gosh, I felt so energized and so knowledgeable when I walked away from this conversation. I was so grateful to have that conversation with Barbie Lee. I like when I leave people just a little bit better than before they met me. I challenge you, I dare you. Leave people better than when you met them, not feeling worse because of your situation or their situation. Leave them better. A friend of mine, something happened, she got a very big bill. And I said, I made a funny about it, right? And it's, you know, kind of a thing between her and I. And I chuckled. I'm not sure if she chuckled. I'll have to see if she chuckled. But it's something that happened. You can't control it, so we have to kind of change the story around it, kind of thing. So anyway, have better conversations, I dare you. Have an amazing day.